Hello everyone. Welcome to English class. Students, today we are going to start the new lesson of Hornbill of chapter number 2. We are not afraid to die if we can all be together by Gordon Cook and Alan East. This is a very interesting lesson. You will like it, and I am starting this story is about a 37 years old businessman who is the narrator of the story. He has a wife named Mary and two children, Jonathan aged 6 and Susan aged 7. He and his wife both dream of a voyage around the world on their ship Wave Walker, which is 23-meter long, 30-ton wooden hull, just like that of the famous Captain James Cook. Whole family started sailing from Plymouth, England on July 1976. The initial phase of the 3-year-long journey was from Africa to Cape Town. It was pleasant while heading east along with two newly hired crewmen. Strong waves hit them and their survival became a question. The story tells us how they fought each day and survived till the end. The narrator and his wife plan a voyage around the world just like famous Captain James Cook. They have been preparing and perfecting their seafaring skills for the past 16 years. They get a ship which is 23 meters long and weighs 30 tons wooden hull named Wave Walker. They test it in the rough weather for months. In July 1976, they all started their journey from Plymouth, England. They sailed from Africa to Cape Town, which was quite a pleasant journey. Before heading east, the narrator hired two crewmen, Larry Vigil and Herb Siedler, to help them tackle one of the roughest sea, the Southern Indian Ocean. They encountered strong and alarming waves during the second day. By December 25, they all managed to reach 35,000 kilometers east of Cape Town. The family somehow managed to surpass the bad weather and celebrate Christmas together. The weather changes for the worse, and on January 2, the big waves hit them. They tried to slow the ship down by dropping storm jib and hit a heavy mooring rope in a loop across the stern, but it doesn't help much. They carried their life drafts drill, attached lifelines, donned life jackets and oilskins. Later in the evening, a vertical and a huge wave strikes the ship, and the narrator is thrown out from the ship. He accepts his approaching death and starts losing consciousness. When the ship is about to overturn, a huge wave hit again and turn it right back. He suffers injuries in ribs and mouth. He grabs the guard rail and sails into the ship's main doom. He instructs his wife, Mary, to guide the wheel as he realizes that the ship has water in the lower parts. His crewman starts pumping out the water. The narrator goes to his children's cabin and checks on them. His daughter, Sue, informs him about a bump on her head. which he ignores because his major concern is to save ship. The narrator does waterproofing on the gaping holes. This makes water to deviate on the right side. The hand pumps gets blocked due to debris and electric pump and gets circuited. However, he later finds a spare electronic pump and connects it to drain the water. They all keep pumping the water all night long. Their midday calls are not answered as they are in the remotest corner of the world. Sue, on the other hand, has now a swollen back, eye and a deep cut in her arm. On being asked by her father about her injuries, she tells him she did not want him to worry as he was trying to save them. After 15 hours, the situation gets under control. The narrator decides to work in rotation and rest. The water level are controlled, but the leaks were still there below the water line. The ship in a bad shape now. It is not in a condition to reach Australia. So they decide to reach the nearest island, Amsterdam, a French scientific base, as their supporting engines were also damaged. The chances of the ship to reach the destination are low. After pumping the water out continuously for 36 hours, they took a sigh of relief. Only a few centimeters of water was left to be pumped out of the boat. They hoisted the storm jib as the main mast was destroyed. They ate their first meal in 2 days after corned beef and crackers. The weather soon started changing, and again the black clouds took over by the morning of January 5. His son Jonathan told him that he did not fear death as long as they were all together. This filled him with determination to fight the sea. The struggle continued, and the narrator tried his best to protect the weakened starboard side. The same evening, the narrator and his wife sat together holding hands, thinking that the end was near. His children continuously supported him, which gave him moral support to keep going. The wave walker sailed through the storm and made it. The narrator then calculated their exact position by working on the wind speed. While he was brainstorming, Sue gave him a card that had made expressing her love and gratitude towards the family. He instructed Larry to steer the course to 185 degrees. He said that if they were lucky, they could hope to find an island by 5 p.m. He dozed off and suddenly got up around 6 p.m. He believed that they did not make it, and a very strong wind. Mast means what? A tall upright structure on boat or ship. Mast means what? A tall upright structure on a boat or ship. So in this paragraph, it says that initial phase of the 3-year-long journey of 1,55,000 kilometers passed very pleasantly. They sailed down the west coast of Africa to Cape Town. Narrator hired 2 crewmen before heading towards the east to tackle the roughest sea, the southern Indian Ocean. Their names were Larry Vigil, an American, and Herb Siegler, a Swiss. On the second day in Cape Town, they encountered a strong wind which continued for several weeks. A strong wind was not a problem, but 15 meters high waves which were the height of the mast, worried the narrator. So, this gales means what? A strong wind. Mast means what? A tall, upright structure on a boat or a ship. So your initial phase of the 3-year-old long journey of 1,05,000 kilometers passed pleasantly. They sailed down the west coast of Africa to Cape Town. The narrator hired 2 crewmen before heading towards the east to tackle the roughest sea, the southern Indian Ocean. Their names were Larry Vigil, an American, and Herb Sigler, a Swiss. On the second day in Cape Town, they encountered a storm which continued for several weeks. A strong wind, which was not a problem, but 15 meters high waves, which were the height of the mast, worried the narrator. So we will see what happened next. We are moving to the next paragraph. December 25 found us 3,500 kilometers east of Cape Town. Despite atrocious weather, we had a wonderful holiday complete with a Christmas tree. New Year Day saw no improvement in the weather, but we reasoned that it had to change soon. And it did change for the worse. At dawn on January 2, the waves were gigantic. We were sailing with only a small storm jib and were still making 8 knots. As the ship rose to the top of each wave, we could see enormous seas rolling towards us. The screaming of the wind and spray was painful to the ears. To slow the boat down, we dropped the storm jib and lashed a heavy mooring rope in a loop across the stern. Then we double lashed everything, went through our life raft drill, attached lifelines, donned oilskins and life jackets, and waited. So here atrocious means what? Bad or of a very poor quality. Gigantic means what? Huge or a very big size. Of a big size. Gigantic means what? Huge or big size. Jib means what? A triangular staysail set forward the mast in a ship. Jib means what? A triangular staysail set forward the mast in a ship. Okay. So mast, we know what is what? A tall upright structure on boat or ship. So this is what a jib means what? A triangular staysail set forward the mast in a ship. Knots means what? A unit of speed equal to 1 nautical mile per hour, used especially of ships, aircrafts or winds. Okay, it's a unit of speed. Knots means what? It is a unit of speed. Enormous means what? A very large size. Lashed means what? To hit with a lot of force. Lashed means what? To hit with a lot of force. Mooring means what? The ropes, chains or anchors by or to which a boat or ship or buoy is moored. Loop means what? A shape produced that bends around and crosses or bent. Loop means what? A shape produced that bends round and crosses. Stern means what? Back part of a ship or a boat. Don means what? Put on or wore. Don means what? Put on or wore. W-O-R-E. Oil skins means what? Heavy cotton cloth waterproofed with oil. Heavy cotton cloth waterproofed with oil. So again I am repeating the hard words for your knowledge. Atrocious means what? Bad, of a very poor quality. Gigantic means what? Huge or a very big size. Jib means what? A triangular staysail set forward the mast in a ship. Jib means what? A triangular staysail set forward the mast in a ship. Knots means what? A unit of speed equal to nautical mile per hour, used especially of ships, aircraft or winds. Enormous means what? A very large size. And lash means what? To hit with a lot of force. Mooring means what? Ropes or chains or anchors by or to which a boat, ship or buoy is moored. Loop means a shape produced that bends around and crosses bend. Don means what? Put on or wore. Oilskins means what? Heavy cotton cloth, waterproof with oil. So what happened on December 25th? They had traveled 3,500 kilometers east of Cape Town. They celebrated Christmas together despite the bad weather. The weather remained the same till New Year's Day, but they hoped for it to change soon. The weather condition worsened. On the early morning of January 2, the waves were very huge. They were sailing with a small storm jib at a speed of 8 knots. When the ship was sailing with huge waves, they could see the huge sea in front of them. The noise of the waves and the strong winds was painful for the ears. They dropped the storm jib to slow down the ship and hit a heavy mooring rope across the back part of the ship in a loop. They lashed everything with double force. They put on their oilskins and life jackets and attached lifelines and went through the life draft drills and waited. So this was the explanation of this paragraph. Now next class we will continue this very adventurous story of this lesson. And children, it is very adventurous story. So we will look forward for the next video. Until then, keep reading, keep practicing. Goodbye from me.